Baha'i community has coordinated a celebration of World Religion Day. They've initiated and inspired our transition into the UN World Interfaith Harmony Week. Many people continue to suffer throughout the world, unable to celebrate their faith or their culture freely. We're indeed blessed to be able to gather together and welcome and embrace the traditions of all faiths and beliefs. What we're doing today and this week is important. We're fortunate to be able to gather peacefully and openly in this way. May this celebration inspire our hearts to meet, engage, and befriend our neighbors for the greater benefit of everyone. Thank you, and I look forward, along with you, to the rest of the evening. Thanks.
I think one of the things when I sort of struck me just looking briefly at the program for tonight is the concept of neighbors and being good neighbors to one another. Certainly through many faith traditions that concept is held very dearly, and it is a struggle for all of us to understand what that means in our world today and our ever-changing community, both at a very local level but also at a global level. So really trying to understand what does it mean to be a neighbor, and what is both the gift that I receive from that, but also the responsibility that I have for that as well. And at a very sort of macro level in terms of the municipality, that is kind of the big issue that we sort of deal with, because we're often, the people that are very much on your street. You open your door and we're sort of there in terms of municipal services. So very much trying to understand within that context, how can we promote people understanding who they are as neighbors, how we can be good neighbors, how we can provide that opportunity for people to engage.
I look around this room and I am impressed with the diversity of cultures and religious communities that are here tonight with us to celebrate the World Interfaith Harmony Week. And this room is a microcosm of Canadian society. We in Canada are often quite humble about what we do right, and we often do not advertise our strengths in the world. But we have a lot to be proud of here in Canada. We do a very good job of living in harmony with our religious neighbors, and it's so wonderful to see Mount St. Vincent University and Halifax Regional Municipality organizing the series of interfaith events this week. So I invite all of you to go out to visit the different houses of worship here in Halifax to learn about our religious neighbors, because religion still matters in the world today. Religion is vital for a world harmony, for world peace, for world security, and for creating meaning and purpose in people's lives.
Brothers and sisters, as part of the Mount Cares team, I want to offer you today a story that comes from my culture. The Mi'kmaq story of the 7 sacred teachings, universal to all paths. As I share these teachings, we will offer them to our jar of compassion, so we too can build, as a team, the harmony and balance needed here at the Mount. A young boy had received 7 pebbles from his grandmother, who told him these pebbles are teachings from the Creator, and that the young boy had to enter the woods and share them amongst his brothers and sisters. He says, "I have watched you since grandmother had given me this quest, and you have been there the whole time. I offer you my last teaching of Gesalujumkwe, love. Look within yourself for love. Love yourself, and then love others. You cannot love another until you first learn to love yourself. Love is worth fighting for. Love is worth working for. Love is the key to life. There is no shortcut to achieving the state of love, and you cannot know love unless you know courage. You cannot know love unless you are honest. Love is based on the wisdom to understand oneself and humility to accept the weakness, as well as being proud of one's strength. Love is the core to all other living things and to our teachings. This is why I give you love last. share the love. Tonight, Allison offers love to our jar of compassion. And I ask you now to join us as Utan lights a candle in recognition of the global chain of light shared by a faith harmony group in Denmark. May this light encourage peaceful coexistence amongst us all. Thank you.
There are much more than I ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
And in the stars, placed in the sky by one God.
May we see the day when war and bloodshed cease, when a great peace will embrace the whole world. Then nation will not threaten nation, and mankind will not again know war. For all who live on earth shall realize we have not come into being to hate or to destroy. We have come into being to praise, to labor, and to love.
Hailey, Hailey, Shelo Yigmar Le'olam, Hakol V'chaya, Rishru Shel Hamayim, Berach HaShamayim, Berach HaShamayim, Tfilat Hadam. My God, I pray that these things never end. The sand in the sea, the rush of the waters, the lightning in heavens, the prayer of the man.
That the original and deepest religion, or the original and deepest memory inside each of us is the memory of silence and peace. And the reason we're all craving this now is because we lost it. You can only ever want something really badly if you had it once before. So it's our understanding that the deepest, oldest memory in every soul, irregardless of religion, is peace. So meditation practice is to reclaim that memory, that original experience of peace from within ourselves. And then rather than looking to create it outside ourselves, by creating it in ourselves, we bring it to the world. So if you want to close your eyes, it's probably easier to be in your own inner world since we've got a short time to get there.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brothers in perfect harmony.
As one of those practices toward recognizing the inherent quality in each of us, and again Judy spoke to that, is this idea that when we actually do mindfulness meditation practice, we come to understand that inherent quality that's self-existing. We've just covered it up. So through mindfulness meditation practice, we actually cover our inherent qualities. Part of that is, and one of the most grounded parts Judy was talking about from the point of view of peace, is actually inherent non-judgmental compassion. And that's at the root of what I'd like us to practice tonight, which is called the practice of loving kindness. And the process, and so everybody, you can just get relaxed. I'm going to have you take your seats like Judy. I think we must have a lot in common here, Judy. It's okay. The loving kindness is, what we're going to do this with our eyes open. And it starts with bringing to mind someone who you really care about. This could be a child, it could be a friend, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your grandparent. Whoever that individual is, bring them to mind and hold them in your heart, feeling that sense of love and compassion that you feel for that individual. So just take a few moments to just reflect on that. Bring that without any judgment. Just feel that in our hearts. The sense of love that you feel for someone, dear to you. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to take that sense of love and we're going to extend it out to the rest of the world. It's actually at the root when we look at compassion, which is the core principles of Shambhala Buddhism. And it's how we spoke tonight about how we relate with our neighbors. That this is, rather than seeing our neighbors as an obstacle, we see them as part of that extended compassion that we just did in this technique tonight. So you actually bring this into our communities. It's another technique and tool to help us understand, be kind and compassionate toward everyone, including ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you to all of the participants for the goodness and love expressed through the drum, song, words of welcome and introduction, story, candle lighting, prayers, dance, meditation, music, and recitation. Thank you to our generous hosts, opening their doors to welcome all guests who want to visit their sacred spaces this week. It's a great opportunity to get a broader picture of how we can learn from and connect with others. And the rest of the week is a further chance to experience the rich diversity and goodness of our neighbors right here in HRM.
Sia Hamba, which is a South African freedom song, and dedicating our performance of this song as well to the memory of Nelson Mandela. And he is quoted as saying, "It is music and dancing that makes me at peace with the world and at peace with myself." Sia Hamba.